Hello, wherever you are. I'm doing a video from a very rainy England, very dark outside. I thought I'd cheer myself up by talking about something that I love and hopefully to give you a little bit of kind of insight and um, inspiration and maybe reassurance if you're having a difficult time. I want to talk about angels and angelic beings. And I'm very skeptical about all this kind of thing. I kind of think, yeah, you hear a lot of stuff, don't you? But I just want to tell you about my experience. And I've always been sensitive to energy, but I don't think I'm any different to anybody else. I'm just I work on, because I spend time in what I call a high frequency meditation, and I have done from when I was very young. I just feel like that's the reason I can perceive things that are always there, but other people might not be able to perceive. And I don't think it's any more complex than that. So, years ago, when I was in my 20s, I was having a really difficult time, those times when everything implodes in life. Um, and I went for a walk on a golf course in Bath in the UK, little town, and it was right up on the top. And I was walking along this sort of path on the edge of the golf course, and the next minute, this most extraordinary light being kind of overlighted me. That's the only way I can describe it. It was about 20 foot tall, 15 foot across. It was massive, and it had the most extraordinary bright. It was so bright, it was like looking into the sun. And it had big, beautiful wings. It was just like radiating light. I couldn't see any kind of features, but it was like a classic angelic being of light that you see in pictures. And the most extraordinary thing was the feeling it had. I just remember feeling so peaceful and so calm, and it was so extraordinary. I couldn't believe that people playing golf weren't running over to me, pointing up, going, "What the hell is that here?" All around me. It, I just couldn't believe that other people couldn't see it. And it sort of faded away, but the most extraordinary thing was the feeling of peace stayed with me. It radiated this absolute sort of divine love and peace, and it stayed with me for about 2 weeks. And it was amazing. I've never forgotten it. The second time, I was in a really difficult situation with somebody that was really, really ill, and they were dying. And I was there trying my best to keep this person alive. And again, at that moment, I was praying like I was just praying for help, for guidance, for help with this person. And then I saw around them this beautiful peachy golden light. It was the most extraordinary light. It had rose colours, rose in it, peach, gold. It was the most comforting light, and there was a beautiful blue line coming down, this line of energy, and into the auric field of the person. And then there was all these incredible tiny hands. There must have been about 20 pairs of these tiny hands, and they were kind of translucent, kind of almost opaque, translucent, beautiful white hands. And what they were doing collectively was they were sort of gathering up like this. They were gathering up the auric field, and they were holding the auric field of this person that was dying. And the blue, beautiful line of energy in the middle all the energy was being gathered up and supported and held while this person was making the transition. And again, I remember feeling this almost divine peace that came over me. And even though on one level I was just kind of firing on all cylinders, just trying to support this person to stay alive, on another level, this peace descended over me and it was quite extraordinary. And I just want to talk about, so that was another time that was just really life affirming. And I have heard of other people who've had experiences that are quite similar. And often when I work with people, when you are a sort of channel for healing, you have to be in quite a stable, aligned state of being. So what that means is it's like you go into a very grounded state. You are very plugged into your kind of your heart energy, your spirit energy, and you're very focused on what you're doing. It's almost like going into a trance meditation kind of feeling. And when I'm with clients, I see their guides. Not always, and it's a real privilege, and I can't force it, I can't make it happen, but I also see angelic beings around people. And when that happens, it is so incredibly beautiful and heart opening. It's like my heart bursts open. And that's why I love working with people, because there is so much support for people and there's so much love. Often these beings, these kind of angelic beings I see with people, they radiate love and they're holding that person in light. And it's quite often with their arms. It's like often I see one on either side. These are not guides, these are angelic beings. And they are holding that person in divine love. And whether people can feel that or not, and that's why I wanted to make this video. I don't really even talk to my friends about this stuff. Somehow being a bit separate and being on YouTube just feels a bit safer, because there might be people out there that are going through a really tough time, which I know there are. But why I'm telling you all this is because you are, whether you can feel it or not, you are being supported, and you have got a team of light beings supporting you. And I don't say that glibly. And the way to contact this, these energetic beings, is to sit quietly in a meditative state, spend time in prayer, spend time in nature, and ask to perceive them, ask to see them, ask to for them to be a bit more kind of present, or to give you a bit more tangible feeling that they are there. But they are there. But sometimes we think, oh, I can't see them, I can't feel them. But you can perceive them. If you sit quietly and you do that regularly, you will start to perceive them. And I will do a little video on that very soon. Okay. Have a lovely, lovely time, whatever you're doing. Bye-bye.